What's up, guys? Welcome back to channel. In this episode, a man brings rare George Washington coin to pawn shop.
What do we got here?
I got something with George Washington face on it.
George Washington coinage is a rare and valuable item. It is the first Masonic coin ever made, and there are only about 20 known examples in existence. Mr. Chongo, who brings this rare George Washington coin to a pawn shop. His grandfather had bought the coin at an estate sale, and he wants at least $5,000 for it. Let's see what's happened next.
George Washington, 1797. Whoa. Got some serious secret scroll stuff on the back of it. This is some kind of Masonic something.
Rick says that the item is a rare Masonic medal, not just a coin. He also says that coins have denominations on them, but this item does not. And there are only about 20 of them known to exist. Coin was struck in 1797 by Peter Getz, whereas it features Masonic symbols on the back, including the all-seeing eye and square and compass.
Weird stuff on there, the all-seeing eye, the square and compass, and a bunch of other symbols that I haven't even seen before. I'm really intrigued by it. I mean, there's something really weird going on right here. I mean, you might be able to code this and find a treasure.
Rick asked how much he wants for it.
Okay. How much do you want for it?
I'm looking for 5,000.
Perfectly honest, I don't know if it's worth $5 or $50,000. If you don't mind hanging out, I'll get a buddy down here. He'll look at it, and maybe he can decode this thing.
That sounds good.
Rick is not sure about Masonic medal exact price, so he calls an expert, David, to get better advice.
Hi.
Good.
This young man has something really intriguing.
If it's real, it's a fantastic item.
When we first set it down, I just thought it was some kind of metal or something. When you look at the back, there's all these Masonic symbols all over the back.
Expert checks the coin and starts to give its information to Rick and says it's extraordinary rare items.
That is a George Washington Masonic medal. It is literally the first Masonic medal. And literally there are more than 10,000 different types of Masonic pennies. This is like the one that started everything. There aren't more than about 20 of these known. It's exciting to see it.
Expert confirms that the coin was one of the first Masonic medals ever made and that there were only about 20 known examples in existence, which increases this coin worth. Expert also tells some information about the history of this coin.
If you don't mind, I want to take a closer look here. Okay, this is genuine. It's marvelous.
Cool. So I got 5,000 reasons to be happy?
This thing is worth a lot more than that.
Rick asks owner what's it's worth.
So what do you think it's worth?
This piece right now, I think certainly is going to be worth about $40,000.
Expert estimates this coin value around $40,000. Its worth is high due to its rarity and historical significance. It's one of the earliest Masonic medals ever made by a renowned engraver, so the negotiation started.
All right, still want $5,000?
No.
I'll give you 20 grand for it.
Nah.
I'll go like 23.
Nah, I'd probably take my show on the road because they say good things come to those who wait.
Okay, if you change your mind, come back and see me. You never know.
No worries. Have a good one.
No problem.
Unfortunately, no deal was made. Let's move forward to next deal. In this episode, a woman brings Egyptian scarab ring to pawn shop.
I have here an Egyptian scarab ring, and I'd like to know if this is the real thing or not.
Okay. It's a scarab. Way back in Egypt, everybody had one. It looks like an old scarab, but the question is it really 3,000 years old?
Well, that is the card from the guy that sold it over in Egypt.
Owner shows some proof to Rick. Then Rick asks how much he wants for the ring.
And how much would that be for?
I would like $15,000.
Do you mind if I have someone look at it?
Oh, that would be great.
Rick calls an expert to check its authenticity.
The Egyptians put the scarab on rings, they put it on necklaces, and even on the entryways to the Egyptian temples. That's how important of a symbol the scarab was.
Expert gives lots of valuable information about the ring.
So is it real?
So that maybe you guys can see as well, right there is a sun, a rake, and a scarab. And that says to me 18th dynasty, and King Tut came from this dynasty. Now the second thing you have to look at, can you see the rope work on there? That sort of gold work is very indicative of like turn of the century.
So this is probably a real scarab, though.
I think that is a real scarab. It looks 3,000 years old.
Expert confirms that it's real, so Rick asks how much it's worth.
Okay, so what do you think it's worth?
$250.
So $250 plus like $200 in gold.
So you're looking at right around $450 to $500.
Thanks, man. You're the best.
Thank you very much.
And here is the Rick's negotiation begins.
I would give you right around $350 for it.
500.
No.
375.
I'll tell you what, I will give you $360.
All right, I'll take it.
We got a deal then.
We got
All right.
it.
That was a good deal for Rick. Let's move to next amazing deal.
How's it going?
How are you?
You're back.
Good to see you. Yes, I am. This is a very rare piece.
Okay.
This is Remington from the late 1800s.
An old man brings rare Remington gun to pawn shop.
Where did you get this?
Well, a lady friend of mine got it in a divorce.
Old man got this gun from lady friend, which is hand engraved and made of silver and gold. The man's lady friend got the gun in a divorce, and he got it from where the man wants to sell the gun for $15,000.
That is one big gun. Beautiful gun. Did she give you any paperwork or anything with
No,
it?
she didn't have any paperwork.
Rick asked owner how much he wants for it.
Did you have an idea what you wanted for it?
Well, I think that's worth close to $15,000.
Get it? There's a lot of little weird things that I need to know about it.
I gotcha.
I'm gonna call him up, hang out,
Right.
and enjoy the sights.
Thank you.
Rick calls an expert for better advice.
And may I?
Please.
The form is of a Model 1890 Remington. They only manufactured these for about 5 years. This gun is completely original. This could exceed in value of maybe $40,000 or more.
Expert checks the gun carefully and found that it is a genuine piece, but he found that the gun has been refinished. So Rick asked expert what's it's worth.
So what do you think it's worth?
A gun like this is going to be 8 to maybe 12,000.
Okay. Thanks, man. You're the best. So
After expert advice, the negotiation started.
I'm thinking 9,000.
you're a good guy. You've come in here before. You sold me other things. I'll tell you what. I will give you $6,000. We'll shake hands. We'll do the paperwork. The world will be good.
You got a deal.
Sweet.
My lady friend would be very happy.
Okay, that was a good deal for Rick. Let's move to next deal. In this episode, a man brings rare meteorite to pawn shop.
I have something here that is out of this world. A meteorite. Today, I would like to get $4,700 for my stone.
Rick asks some questions to owner about it.
What's it made out of?
Nickel, iron, and just ordinary chondritic stone. And it's from material melting off of it as it comes into the atmosphere. It's only been on the ground for maybe 3 to 5 months. And the fact that it's still rusted shows that the patina hasn't worn off yet.
I mean, it's not of this earth.
Yeah, it traveled billions of miles to land here and in your hand.
Rick asked how much he wants for it.
How much did you want for it?
I'd like to get $4,700.
I want someone to look at it. He'll do whatever he does. He'll be able to tell me it's a meteorite right here.
Rick calls an expert to check its authenticity.
I mean, is it a meteorite?
So tell me a little more about how you found this.
Well, this was found on a dry lake in Southern California. I hit it with my magnet.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. You saw how that danced on there? Strong attraction. What you're looking for is whether it has these round grains of metal. Also has these round spheres of silicates.
So it's a meteorite?
That rock is older than this planet. Chris, tell me about where the other piece of this is.
The other piece is actually at UCLA right now.
As per ritual, Rick asked expert how much it's worth.
What do you think it's worth?
This is a graded catalog meteorite, a $4,000 meteorite.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
And the negotiation started.
I have to resell this. I'll give you $1,800.
Could you do $2,250?
Okay. Can we take $2,000 for it?
No, I can't go that low.
I mean,
It'll look beautiful in here under the light.
I'll give you 21. I'm not gonna. I won't give you a dime more.
$2,100 sounds fair.
Okay, deal, man.
Thank you.
Finally, the deal ends on $2,200. Let's move forward to last deal. A man brings 19th century Cardinal ring to pawn shop.
I have a Cardinals ring I'd like to sell you.
Baseball or football?
Neither. This kind.
Oh, this kind.
That's right. I recently acquired it from a friend of mine. My bottom dollar is $6,300.
Rick asks some question to owner.
This is supposedly from a Cardinal?
It's from the 19th century, and we know that because of the jeweler, a gentleman by the name of Romont Marie.
Romont Maurice is a big name in jewelry. If this was manufactured by them, it's worth a lot more money. You know what the center stone is?
It's a garnet, I believe.
It could be a garnet, yeah.
Rick asks owner how much he looking to get out of it.
How much do you want for it?
For the ring itself, I'd love to get $6,000.
I have to verify that it's actually a Cardinals ring.
Rick calls an expert to check its authenticity.
This is how we're going to recognize your office. The Pope presents you with a ring. So one of the things that you want to find is some sign of the church. In the 19th century, any ring coming from the Pope would have most likely the crossed keys of St. Peter's on it. Unfortunately, there is no other symbology of the Pope on this ring.
Expert found something unusual in it.
It is probably not a ring of office.
Thanks, man. You're the best.
Alrighty.
It's really disappointing that the Pope's mark is not on this thing.
Before the deal, Rick decides to take second opinion.
Before I make you an offer, I want to go test the stones, look at them underneath a microscope.
This is a Hessonite Groschlerite garnet.
It's a garnet.
Yes, orange garnet. They have different varieties.
All right, it's a garnet. Those are emeralds.
And the negotiation begins.
Okay.
$1,500.
I won't do $1,500.
The best I can do is $2,000, period. The other problem with this ring is a big problem on a ring. It's unsizable. $2,000, I'm not going to go a penny more.
You got a deal.